play it all or nothing. Yeah, need it all in advance. The opposition know we're ready for it. Like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind all the muscle, pull up. Parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Nothing holding me back. 3 in the wood.
Welcome to Takeover, the most underrated sports debate show on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe for that bi-weekly sports content. What are we talking about today?
Oh, well, it's a very simple topic that apparently some show stole from us because we decided this 2 days ago. ESPN, and then it just pops up on ESPN. ESPN, we know you're listening through our phones, okay? You can stop. If you need help, just hit our lines. We're happy to give you ideas. Anyway, Scottie Barnes and Anthony Edwards, two of the brightest young stars in the NBA right now. Now, when it comes to team building, there's a lot of different kind of avenues to take. So if you guys had the choice, who would you rather have on your team?
I'm going Anthony Edwards because I think he's up next, to be honest with you. I think he's part of that John Morant tree of those newer guys that are going to be pushing the league forward. And you look at someone like Scottie Barnes, as good as he could be, or the speculation of him, it's all really speculation because we really haven't seen Scottie Barnes do anything. I mean, we know that he's athletic, we know he can play defense, but that's about it. Anthony Edwards has shown you repeated times what he can do. In that play-in game versus the Clippers, he dropped 30. He had 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. In that playoff debut versus the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that was Memphis, the second seeded team in the Western Conference that year. The Wolves not only won that game, but he dropped 36 points and had the second highest scoring out of any playoff debut. In Game 2, he led his team in points. In Game 4, he had 24. In Game 6, he had 35 and 5. You look at Edwards this year, last year he averaged 21 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds, and a steal and a half. So he's able to score. He's the better isolation scorer. He's the better shooter than the other guy, and he's the better finisher because I don't think they're in the same class. And if you try to challenge him at the rim, he puts you on ESPN. Give me Anthony Edwards.
All right, so we all know Scottie Barnes has a potential. Has a potential to be very versatile as well. I've heard Josh refer to him as the Swiss Army knife sometimes. But I'm also picking Anthony Edwards because we've seen, like you talked about, we know for certain about his offensive contribution. We've seen it in the playoffs, him play at an impressive level, and he still has room to grow and to improve. And I feel like we've seen more of his shot creation ability. We've seen his ability to get the shots that he wants and to knock them down, his power, his explosiveness, his ability to move off ball and also navigate through traffic. And in multiple cases, we've seen around that third year is when you really start to see a lot of improvement and see the leap among players. And his rookie season, he had inefficient numbers, but his second year, he went to shooting above league average shooting percentage. He was shooting 35% from 3, but after the All-Star break and during the playoffs, he shot 45% from 3. And if he doubles his numbers of attempts, he can look even scarier than he already looks. And no disrespect to Karl-Anthony Towns. I know he's the vet. I know he's been there longer. But I don't think it's crazy to say that this is Anthony Edwards' team. And I think the organization believes that as well. The Timberwolves as an organization, that was the reason why they went out and got Rudy Gobert. And being that he has Cat and Rudy Gobert now, this opens up more opportunities for him to be more aggressive and to be a better playmaker, because with Rudy in the paint, you have Karl-Anthony Towns that can move to that forward position and be on the perimeter like he always likes to do anyway. And in pick and rolls, he can dish it out the Cat, or he can be even more aggressive in the paint than he already is. Like you said, put somebody on a t-shirt, put somebody on ESPN.
Anthony Edwards is a fantastic scorer, and I'm not here to deny that. He had a great year last year. I'm not here to deny that. He's probably one of the best athletes in the NBA right now. I'm not here to deny that. And there's a very good chance that he's going to be an all-star caliber player for a very long time. And I'm not here to deny that. But I can find you plenty of guys in the NBA that can score. You know, that's the one thing, especially with the current AAU scene. That's the one thing that everybody learns how to do when they're younger, right? Everybody tries to find that signature move. Everybody tries to know how they can do a hezzy between step back 3, right? Scottie Barnes is different, all right? Scottie Barnes, there's nothing on a basketball court that man cannot do, all right? I promise you. Last season, he averaged 15, 7.5, and 3.5. And he shot almost 50% from the field. The only thing that he struggled with on offense was three-point shooting. And even then he shot 30%. And he was willing to shoot from there. So at least and his mechanics were decent. So there's at least like hope for that. He just got to get used to it. And remember, this kid at Florida State was the point guard. He played point guard for that team when he was in the game. And yet for the Raptors, he took a step back so that the team could be more well-rounded. And I haven't even touched on the defensive end, where he has Defensive Player of the Year potential. There's only one guy in the NBA right now who I would consider a 5-position defender, and that's Ben Simmons. Scottie Barnes might end up being the second. Because this kid's 6'9" with long arms, but he also has such incredibly quick feet and really good hands. I mean, as a rookie, he averaged 1 steal a game plus 0.7 blocks. That's really hard to do. Rookies generally are horrible on defense in the NBA. That's a statistical trend over history. And yet we see Scottie Barnes comes in and makes a positive impact on a playoff team, no less. In his first year, he was willing to step back and kind of integrate himself into the team in any way he could because he understood his role. And that's why I would rather have Scottie Barnes, because I feel like if you're talking about building a team, like I said, I can find you plenty of guys that can get you buckets, right? Bogdan Bogdanovic has had a season where he almost averaged 20 a game. I can find you plenty of guys out there that can get you buckets. I cannot find you other people that are willing to pass, rebound, defend, drive, and shoot, all while doing it for the betterment of the team and working his way into the team concept. I would rather have Scottie because I know I can put anybody around him and I'll be able to make a team with Ant. I don't know about that.
So when you talk about a player that he said he can do, there's nothing on the court he can't do, and you talked about defensive ability, you don't think that Anthony Edwards can defend more than one position?
I think he might, especially at his peak. I think he will be able to. I think he's still young. You can still kind of see like some of the inexperience because he came in very, very raw on the defensive end. And I think last year he averaged about 1.5 steals, which is good, but how much of that is like he's gambling, right? Like Cam Reddish, when he was with the Hawks, was averaging about 1.5 steals. But I can tell you from watching those games, he was getting those because he was just shooting for the ball. And so for every steal he got, there's 5 times he just completely sold his team. So I think that Ant could be a 2 or 3 position defender, but Scottie can guard all 5.
One of the other points you said Scottie would on a playoff team he was able to push them like that. The Timberwolves weren't really a playoff team before Anthony Edwards got there. Anthony Edwards' impact has been so good that people saw the Timberwolves as a threat. Because I mean, in that Memphis Grizzlies series, I mean, I felt like they held their own for
they weren't a playoff team in his first season.
Oh, he was his rookie season?
Scottie Barnes' rookie season, he was number 2 player on that team.
I feel like it's
Who had the better team, though? We're talking about the Raptors and the Timberwolves.
I feel like it's important to point out, too, in Anthony Edwards' rookie season, Karl-Anthony Towns, Beasley, and D'Lo missed like half of the season.
That's fair. No, I wasn't going to bring that up because I don't think it's a fair comparison. I'm just saying, if you're going to try to diminish, like, oh, well, you know, they weren't a playoff contender until Ant got there. They weren't a playoff contender until Beasley, D'Lo, and Cat came back and were healthy. So Ant was an important part of that, but like Karl-Anthony Towns is the best shooting big man in NBA history. D'Lo is a low efficiency 20-point per game scorer. I mean, is Karl-Anthony Towns better than Pascal Siakam?
You said is
Karl-Anthony Towns better than Pascal Siakam?
Yes.
Okay, is D'Angelo Russell better than Fred VanVleet?
Arguable.
Okay, so there you go. It's yes and arguable. And Scottie Barnes was.
But I'm saying this is a team that went to the championship 3 years ago, and most of that nucleus is still there, other than Kyle Lowry and Kawhi Leonard. So other than that, I mean, this team has a championship pedigree though. And I mean, and you look at the way the Raptors are built. The Raptors are built. They have like 5 Kawhis on the same team. The way that team is being built right now, there's a bunch of 6'7", 6'5". They're just a long defensive team. But
I'm
just saying the way they're built, they play defense.
Yeah, a bunch of long range guys. And Scottie Barnes is there to fill in every gap. Because think about it, all of those 5'9" to 5'9", 6'5" to 5'9", 6'9". Holy crap, I cannot use numbers. 6'5" to 6'9" guys.
Right.
There's something that they're weak at, right? Like Pascal Siakam, not exactly the greatest on-ball creator, right? Fred VanVleet, undersized, not great in the paint. Gary Trent doesn't exactly have his own handles. He's a good shooter, he's a decent defender, but he doesn't make it for himself. Same thing with OG Anunoby. Scottie Barnes can do it all. Scottie Barnes is the gap filler. Scottie Barnes is the one that makes up for all of his opponents or all of his teammates' weaknesses. And that's why I would rather have him on my team, because I know no matter who I put out there, he's going to help me with something. With Ant, if I have another guy who needs the ball,
I mean, but Ant has another guy that can get the ball, though. Cat is another option on their team that works for them, though.
But Cat is more of a, you can kind of put him anywhere as an offensive player. But when Cat has the ball, what's Ant doing? Because Ant doesn't pass. The statistical production, Ant's going to have the flashier season because he's going to average 20 again. And his
percentages are all higher.
And his percentages, no.
What is it?
Well, Scottie shot 49.2 from the field.
You're talking about from the field.
Ant shot 44. And then at the rim, Ant shot 65 and Scottie shot 71.
On how many attempts?
Hey, if they're better attempts, it don't matter to me.
But I was just saying, I would rather have the person, especially in this day and age, who has the 3-ball going for him. I'm not saying it's a huge difference, but even his stats in the postseason have inflated because he steps up to the plate. We haven't seen Scottie do anything yet. And I know you're kind of assuming that he'll turn into this Kawhi Leonard type player because, I mean, that would be his peak. But we're still wondering if his offensive bag will he be able to hit from the perimeter. Because if we're talking about perimeter players and things like that, I don't know how good Scottie Barnes is actually going to be there.
I've seen tons of people develop jump shots. If there's anything that you can teach people jump shots, he's got the mechanics already. You just got to get him more comfortable with it. So I'm willing to take that bet. And considering that's the one thing that is kind of iffy and he still shot 30%, I mean, Giannis is the best player in the league, and I don't think he shoots over 32.
Well, Giannis is a bit of a freak, though, to say the least.
So is Scottie.
We'll see.
Scottie puts on 15 more pounds of muscle. He's baby Giannis.
If Ant just plays a little defense, he almost does as many things as Scottie.
No, because he's still not a passer.
He doesn't have to be.
Yeah, he does.
Does he have to be? Does he have to be?
Does he have to consider him? Yes.
Does he have to be?
I want somebody who can actually pass the ball because I don't want a ball stopper over there. Right now, he's muscled up, but like if he can't pass, then like what happens when you start selling out to stop him? Your offense starts to crap the bed.
Who says you can't stop him?
Bro, he's 21. He's not God.
I'm just saying. He called himself Black Jesus. But that's going to wrap up our episode.
People say some crazy things.
He did call himself Black Jesus. That's wrap up our episode. Do you have anything to say, Josh?
Game 161 and the Braves clinch. I didn't have the Braves shirt clean, so I was repping AAA because that's where everybody on the team that was homegrown came through here, right? So this means we're a month away from bringing home another chip to Atlanta. Chop on, Atlanta. Chop on.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload. Also leave a comment, you guys. Who would you rather have on your team, or who do you think is going to have the better season, Anthony Edwards or Scottie Barnes? Also, Rihanna is performing for the Super Bowl halftime show, and I can't be more excited.
That's going to wrap up our show. Takeover out.
Hey, champ. Yeah, we play it all in night. Yeah, need it all in advance. The opposition know we're ready for it. Like a supper we eating, it won't be the last. Grind all the muscle, pull up. Parker right on the grass. We coming in, take over everything, run it up. Not that holding me back. 3 in the wood, rushing. I don't like Dutch, don't even matter. You know I'm a facing. When I roll a paper, I like to go double. Run up a check, flip a W, make it an M. I need